9 meetings, multiple promises, and at the end of it, a sense of being back to square one. A short while ago, Anna Hazare sent out another warning to the government. He says talks have failed. His second indefinite fast will happen. This even as 2 drafts of the Lokpal bill are on their way to the cabinet. 2 versions that could not be more diverse. The meeting ground has clearly not been found, and the whole future of the Lokpal bill is in big jeopardy once again.
उनके दिल में लोकपाल बिल का कानून बनाने की इच्छा नहीं है, मंशा नहीं है। मैं पहले से कह रहा हूँ।
9 meetings later, the acrimony remains. The men who represent the Indian citizen walking out of the last Lokpal meeting with very little to be victorious about.
मोटे मोटे तौर पे जो हमने कर्सरी निगाहों से जो देखा अंदर, उसमें वो सारे मुद्दे बरकरार हैं जिसके ऊपर डिफरेंसेस पहले बने हुए थे।
At the end of all the Lokpal meetings, 10 points of divergence emerging.
The first and major point of divergence seems to be on the jurisdiction of the Lokpal. This version, which is the government's draft bill, makes it very clear that the Prime Minister cannot be included even after he demits office. The judiciary cannot be touched by the Lokpal. It will be taken care of under the Judges Accountability Bill, which is already in Parliament. And then, of course, conduct of members of Parliament inside the House can also not be probed by the Lokpal panel.
One of the main points of divergence between civil society members and the government is on the inclusion of the Prime Minister, the higher judiciary and members of Parliament within the purview of the Lokpal bill. Civil society members say that they need to weed out corruption at every level and need to place them within the purview of the Lokpal at any cost.
But that is just the tip of the iceberg.
And we agreed to disagree. The move forward now is that in 2-3 days' time, if they wish, they will give their comments on our draft. Then we will take it to the political parties who will perhaps meet sometimes in July, whereafter we will take the matter to the cabinet.
The key difference is only deepening.
Secondly, there seems to be a huge difference of opinion on who will comprise the selection committee. Civil society members have criticized the government of making an appointment panel which is heavy on government members. At least 6 members in this 10-member selection committee that the government proposes represent the ruling party, something that the civil society says will not ensure impartiality in selection.
The second other important aspect is on the divergences within the entire search and selection process itself. Civil society members are demanding that retired Chief Justices of India, retired Comptrollers and Auditor Generals of India, as well as retired Chief Election Commissioners of India should be inducted into the panel, and particularly those who do not have any kind of political partisanship or not involved in any kind of controversy or through the years of service should be included. And these people in turn should select another 5 members to form the 10-member panel, which would perhaps be a little civil society heavy.
Even the essential functioning of the Lokpal under contention.
And third, of course, is the issue of redressal. Civil society doesn't want to give any public servant who has been accused of corruption any chance of getting a hearing in front of Lokpal. And that is something that the government has ensured in its bill, that he gets a fair hearing before any FIR is filed against him.
The third aspect that is the issue of divergence is, of course, the difference on the inclusion of the CBI and the CDC within the Lokpal itself. Civil society members say that the current provisions that the government is giving for the investigative powers of the Lokpal are woefully inadequate.
As the UPA joins the discussion of how the Lokpal bill will look, there is no question about it. The differences persist and there is still no clarity on what the final bill will look like. With Madhav Das and Nandita in Delhi, Aviral Vir for Times Now.